If your credit score dropped and you have no idea why, this video is for you. Because you're probably not doing anything wrong. You pay on time and in full, and your score drops anyway. There are 5 sneaky reasons this happens, and by the end of this video, you'll know what they are and how to stop them. Let's get into it. There's one date on your credit card statement that actually matters more than the due date. And there's a big chance you've never even looked at it. But it's the one reason your credit score drops, even when you're making perfect payments. So listen up. Reason number 1, the statement date trap. Every credit card has 2 dates. The due date is the one everybody knows about. That's when your payment is owed. And then there's the statement closing date, the day your billing cycle ends, usually about 3 weeks before the due date. That's the date I'm talking about, because on the day your statement closes, that's when your credit card company takes a snapshot of your balance and your limit, and they send it to all 3 credit bureaus. And this snapshot is what your credit utilization gets calculated from, not the balance after you pay. It's the balance on that particular day that matters. And utilization is basically a monster. It lives inside the amounts owed calculation, and it's a whopping 30% of your FICO score, and the second biggest factor there is. This means that a high reported balance can knock 20, 30, even 40 points off of your credit score in a single cycle. Let me show you how this works. Say your limit is $2,000, and this month you put $1,800 on your card. Your statement closes, a snapshot is taken, and the bureaus see a 90% utilization. 3 days later, you pay it off in full like a responsible adult. Well, it doesn't matter because the bureaus already saw the 90% and that's what they're judging. So it's not that you did anything wrong, it's just the way the timing works. But of course there's a fix for this, and it's the biggest one in this entire video. Pay your card down before the statement closing date, not just before the due date. Pay 2 or 3 times a month if you need to. Keep that snapshot low, and as a general rule, stay under 30% utilization. And if it's a month before a mortgage or big loan application, try and get it under 10%. And if you want to see how the average American's credit cards are sneakily working against them, I broke that down in another video. Link is on the screen. On to the reason number 2, and this is the one that makes people feel like the whole system is working against them. Paying off debt can lower your score. I know, brutal. Let's say you make the final payment on your car loan. 5 years of paying and you've never missed once, and suddenly your credit score drops. Here's why this happens. When you close out a loan like a car loan or student loan, what you're actually doing is removing an active loan that was reporting on-time payments every single month. And that removal hits your credit, about 10% of your score, and deletes a good account that was actually helping you. The credit card version is even worse. If you pay off a card and close it, that card's limit disappears from your total available credit. So now your other balances are sitting against a smaller total, which can cause your utilization to spike overnight. But please do not take the wrong lesson here. The dip isn't fun, but it's small and necessary. You should never keep a loan alive just to protect a number. But if you're done with the card, you can keep it open with a $0 balance instead of closing it. Reason number 3, your credit score is dropping. Your credit just got younger, and your score does not like that. The length of your credit history is about 15% of your score, and a big piece of it is the average age of every account on your file. So when you open a brand new card, that young account gets averaged in with all of your older accounts, and your average age and score drop. So when you have a thin credit history, that hit is serious. Now remember how I said closing a card hurts you? That's all about the limit disappearing. And that happens instantly. But the account's history runs on a totally different clock, and it stays on your report, helping your credit age for about 10 years before it falls off entirely. And when it falls off entirely, your credit score drops again. And it feels like it's out of nowhere. Fun, yay, I know. Now, as for a fix, well, there isn't really one. And that's good news because it heals on its own as your accounts age. But you shouldn't open a new account in the months right before a big application. Reason number 4, you asked for new credit, and now you're being punished. Every formal credit application triggers what's called a hard inquiry. New credit is 10% of your FICO score, and each hard pull usually costs you a few points. It sits on your report for about 2 years and affects your score for about 1 year. Now, a few points seems like no big deal, right? But the thing to remember here is that these points stack. Credit card application here, auto loan here, it all adds up, and every single one is its own separate hit. But there is an exception that actually saves you money, and it's rate shopping. If you're comparing lenders for the same type of loan, say a car loan, most credit scoring models will group those pulls into one inquiry, as long as you do it within a short window of time. roughly 14 to 48 days, depending on the scoring model. So shopping around for a car loan doesn't have to punish you 5 times. And if you're applying because you actually need a loan with less than perfect credit, I ranked the real options in this video right here. Reason number 5 is especially frustrating because it has nothing to do with your behavior at all. So sometimes that credit score drop isn't you, it's the reporting. The bureaus do not operate in real time. They update whenever a lender decides to report. So a payment you made can take a full billing cycle to even show up. And different lenders report on different days, which means your credit score can bounce around a few points for basically no reason. And there are errors, actual mistakes, a debt that you paid off still showing as unpaid, or an open account that isn't even yours because someone with a similar name got mixed in your file. And the FTC ran a landmark study on this, by the way. And it turns out that 1 in 5 people had an error in at least one of their credit reports. And complaints to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau have more than doubled in the last 2 years. So while most of the causes to your credit score drops we discussed in this video are sneaky but normal, this is the one cause that's really worth checking because it's totally avoidable if you're paying attention. And the longer you wait to check it, the more your score can get dragged down because of it. So while a lot of these causes are normal, they're still frustrating, and the more you stay on top of it all, the better your score will do. But it's important to take note when a credit score drop is not normal. A payment 30 or more days late. Payment history is the single biggest factor at 35% of your score. It can tank your score by 100 points if you're not careful. If you have an account that's been sent to collections or fraud with someone opening accounts in your name, you need to act immediately. And here's what you should do. Pull all 3 of your reports, which is free at annualcreditreport.com. Make sure you dispute anything that's wrong in writing. And if you suspect fraud is happening, freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus immediately. It takes 10 minutes and is totally free. So here's the truth about almost every credit score drop cause we covered today. Your score can get dinged for behavior that feels responsible, but the drop is temporary. So once you understand how the score actually works, you stop panicking at every temporary dip and you can start timing your moves more thoughtfully. Now you know the date that really matters, while most people never will. But if your credit score dip is standing between you and a loan you need now, CreditNinja is a direct lender built for people with real, not perfect, credit histories. They even have same-day funding for qualified borrowers. You can check out your options at CreditNinja.com. Link is in the description. And one quick question before you go, how many points has your score dropped for something you thought you were doing right? Tell us about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.